Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire. I love to make cards, I love to share cards, I love to send cards, and I really, really like to help other people make cards. So I come on live on Facebook on Sunday nights and Thursday nights mostly. That's always my plan. Sometimes taking care of my grandchildren and helping out makes me change my schedule a little bit. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for joining. Please say hello. Please leave me a comment. I love if you give me suggestions or, I don't know, help me out while making cards. Sometimes comments save the day. I'm not always sure what I'm doing. I don't always have the exact thing made every time. So it's kind of fun. Hi, Melanie. Um, Tonight, we're going to use the LinkedIn masks and heat embossing. I'm really excited about this. I did try it a couple of ways with heat embossing. They're not exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm hoping tonight that I'm gonna get exactly what I want. So let me switch my camera and we can get started. I have lots of cards to show you. Yay, Deb! I'm glad you're here. Everybody's just watching. This is not the Zoom. This is just a live. So I'm just demonstrating. The Zoom is tomorrow night, and that's open to everybody in the link. Not tomorrow night, because tomorrow's Friday. The Zoom is Tuesday night, and the information gets posted on Monday, and then the link on Tuesday morning. Okay, so here are the Linked Together masks. Now, I want to call them LinkedIn because of that networking website or app or whatever, but they're linked together. And there's 5 masks. And they're meant to be used, they're numbered 1 through 5, and they're meant to be used first number 1, and you see the number up there in the corner. Hi, Deb McElroy. You would use number 1, then you take that off and you'd put number 2 over it, and you keep getting layers and layers of color. So you can use all 5 together, or you can do whatever you want with them. So we are going to use, what did I decide? We're going to use 1, was it 1 and 4? I think we're going to try 1. I didn't love 4. I think I'm going to stick with 3, 1 and 3. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it on Boho Blue. Boho Blue is going away. Hi, Carol. Hi, little sister Courtney. Boho Blue is going away at the beginning of May. It's one of the in colors that we had for 23 to 25. And so it's going out, and I love Boho Blue. So I'm just using it as much as I can. So my piece of paper is much bigger than the mask. And I'll show you on some other cards. I didn't have my paper bigger than the mask, but this one I'm going to do this way. And this technique is sort of cased by Sarah Douglas, the CEO of Stampin' Up. I saw a reel on her page, although I don't think it was her hands making the card. But I saw somebody on her page doing this, and I decided to give it a try. So I've got my handy dandy brayer here, and I have some Versamark ink. So the first thing we're going to do is put some Versamark on the back of this mask or stencil. I would call them a stencil, but Stampin' Up! Calls them a mask. And I mostly want the embossing to come out like in this kind of a shape. So when I turn that over, I've had to think about this. I want to ink up this side with the Versamark. And I'm not inking the holes with the Versamark. Like, I don't want the holes to get inked. I want the lattice to be inked and to pick up the embossing powder. And I'm not rubbing this with an embossing buddy because this is kind of a messy technique. I'm okay if I have some stray embossing powder. And now I'm going to take my brayer and I'm going to push it down so that the embossing ink, the Versamark ink, gets transferred to the paper. And when I did this before, it was really light and really hard to see. And you think, oh my gosh, there's none down there. Well, it worked before. Let's hope it works tonight. You know, when it's live, it might be the time that it doesn't work, but we'll see. I'm going to use copper embossing powder. I used some gold and some white already. Yep, see there, even though we couldn't see it, there was enough ink down there that we have quite a bit to, oh, I forgot to put my headphones and my earbuds in so that you won't hear the embossing so loud. Let's see if I can put them in now and if you will still hear me. Okay, can you hear me? I'm going to go ahead and emboss because if you can't hear the embossing, that would be okay. But if you can't hear me, I will take these out. So somebody please let me know yes or no. I'd like to know either way whether you can hear me or not. You can hear me. Yay. Okay. So let's see if we can melt this embossing powder. There's a fair amount to do, so I should say talk among yourselves. Who had an exciting day today? I had a day of not being able to find things. I'd have a die cut 1 minute and not have it the next. I lost my chamois for a good 20 minutes. You know, the take your pick tool, never can seem to find that when I need it. So that's how my day went. You can see this is starting to melt. Heat embossing is one of my definite favorite techniques. I think I may have knocked too much powder off of this, and I'm left with dust, but not a lot of powder. Oh, here it comes. A little bit more. I know this is a fair amount of time to listen to this, and I can't fast forward it while I'm live, and I wouldn't know how to do that anyway, truth be told. All right, so here is our first mask that we used with the Versamark. Let me just cover this embossing powder so I don't accidentally spill it. Okay, now I'm going to use mask number 3. And if you noticed, I marked where the notch goes, and that way I can get this lined up the way it's supposed to be. And I don't see any of the embossing right now because it's under these things, this stencil. So I'm going to do a little bit of, I want it subtle. I think I'm going to try boho blue and see how that looks. And then if we need to, we can go a little darker with misty moonlight. So I'm going to get a fair amount of ink on my brush. Now, I don't have to line this up. Like I may go a little sideways. Well, I'm going to line it up, but I should try it sideways. I'm just chicken to do it right now. Hi, Maria. I'm just chicken to do it while we're live. And what if I don't like it at all, at all, at all? So I'm holding that mask in place, trying to get my fingers out of the way while I'm holding it in place. And I can pick it up just a little and peek under there. All right, so that's not the look that I'm going for. It's just filling those in. And I don't really want to just fill them in. I want to go over them a little bit. And now I've lost, see what I mean? Now I've lost the other masks. Where? Oh, here they are. They're inside the butterfly stamp set. Of course. So I'm going to use number 4, which has bigger holes in it. And I think that will get a little bit closer to where the embossing is. Because I want it to almost be like an emboss resist that's filled in around the embossing. And I have offset this just a little bit. I hope I'm not bouncing things too much. How many of you have masks or have used masks? There's like the Layers of Beauty masks. There's Thankful Garden has masks. The Delicate Forest had masks. There's quite a few different ones. All right, so we've got a couple different colors there. You can see just from the different masks, you get different shading. And that's a little, this piece is bigger than what's going to go on the card front. And let's put the dots on. I like these little dots quite a bit. And I'm going to go to Misty Moonlight. I'm going to go a little darker. Michelle says she's tried the masks, but not with embossing. Need to do that a little bit darker. They're not showing up too much just yet. There we go. Okay, I like that too. That filled it in a little bit more. Wasn't your thing, Deb, huh? Maybe you have to try it again. So this is the piece of white that I'm going to put on the inside. And I have found it's nice to just do a little bit of ink on it to carry that look over. to the inside. I'll hold that up in a second. So that has a little ink on it. All right, so we have to cut this down. I'm gonna make some room here. All right, it's gonna go on a boho blue card base. This has embossing powder on it. Let's get that off. Okay. This, you just rinse these off underwater when you're done and they come nice and clean. All right, so now I'm gonna trim this a little bit, and I wouldn't mind having a little bit of that copper edge. So I'm not gonna measure yet. I'm just gonna cut a little bit there and leave a little bit on the top. And now we'll see about a 5.25 by 4. I'll get it. So we'll cut that off. And 5.25. Yeah, I'm gonna get only a teeny tiny little bit down there. So this is a little more of what I had in mind. I actually was thinking of putting the sentiment down there, but I think I'm going to have to put my sentiment up here if I make it a 1-layer card. Isn't that pretty? I love that with the embossing, and I like this part over here too. I think that's pretty. Now, there's a new ribbon that we have, but that's gold. Do I have any ribbon that has some copper in it? What's in this one? This one's too goldish. I don't have a little bit of this boho blue ribbon. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Do I need a ribbon? Should I do some twine? I could color a ribbon. Oh, that's not good. I have this one. All right, no ribbon. So we need something to go on here. I'm thinking about putting a sentiment up there. I think that's not going to work. I did do a sentiment on white. I'm not sure I'm going to like it on white. Let's try that happy birthday on a piece of boho blue. I'm just going to do a 1/2 inch wide, and I used copper clay to match that copper embossing. That might be, oh, that's not bad. All right, so we're going to use that for a sentiment, but I want something else on here. So let's think about what dyes I could use to put something on there. Well, let me show you. Okay, let me show you what I did with the others, and we'll think and see what we need to put on that, because I think that needs something else with it. So here's one I made, and I used all the masks, I believe, in the background. And then I used, this is the Flowers of Beauty dyes. This one is Balmy Blue and Coastal Cabana and Pretty Peacock. And so those colors were very pretty together. And that's using all the different masks. Oh, the thin copper thread. Betsy says blend ribbons in brown copper clay or something like that. Can use a ribbon with the brown. Oh, yep. All right, we got some idea. Oh, copper foil leaves. Wouldn't that be pretty? Um, Here's a thinking of you. And you can see I did some of that thing inside. And then this one I did not like with the white embossing at all until I ripped it in half and stuck a butterfly on top of it. And here's one I did with gold and pretty peacock. And then I just stamped that bouquet of flowers and put it under here. And this ribbon is a sneak peek at a new ribbon that's coming out, a gold, what's it called? Gold striped ribbon. I like the idea of the copper leaves. See, I knew the group would help me out. I knew it. So I have copper foil. I'm not sure which copper foil is in the catalog right now. The brushed, oh look, you can see you can see a reflection of everything. The brushed or the shiny. I'm going to cut a piece of each of these and we're going to cut some leaves or something with those. Love that idea. All right. Let me just go 4 inches. And then we'll probably cut this smaller because your foil gets the imprint of your plates in your die cutting machine when you put it through. And so I tend to cut my foil just the size I need it, so that it won't be all mashed up. So Thankful Garden has some leaves in it that I have liked a lot. Let's do some of these. And of course, I might do them in the shiny or the matte finish. What do you think? Shiny or matte? I'm going to start with the matte. That's a good amount for these two. My cat has been down here with me all day today, and he hasn't meowed at all. He even sat on my lap a little bit. He hasn't meowed at all day. And as soon as I get on here, he's like, oh, I'm going to meow at the ceiling and talk to my friends. Maybe he thinks you're all in the ceiling. Okay. So here, oh, I think I like that. Here is the matte, or maybe it's brushed metallic foil. These were not in packages, so I don't remember. But these leaves are from the Thankful Garden stamp set. Oh, look at that. Whoops, I gotta poke something out here. There we go. And I need to trim this just a little bit. Maybe he does think I'm talking to myself and he wants to help me out. What do you think? I think, oh, I like those leaves. I think like that. Do I need one more leaf coming down maybe? What do you think? Let's cut one more leaf and just play with it. Okay. I could cut that off so it's not so messy where it's overlapping. Let's see. Scissors. Yeah, the leaves were a good idea. Yes, they were. I'm gonna cut that off too. Let's see. Maybe like that. Oh, I like that. What do you think? Happy birthday. Let me see if I can pick that up. I think that will work. Now to get them on there, looking like that. Okay. Let's put some glue on this. Not too much because I don't want it squishing out all over the place. And then we'll put some down here. And then this one's going to kind of cover up that seam. Oh, I haven't put my mat down yet. I usually do that first. All right. I'm going to put something on top of that just for a minute. We'll put some dimensionals at least on one end of this. I don't know if we're going to want it on the whole thing or if the foil's going to make it seem like it's popped up. Okay. And let's put this on. Should I pop that up? I think I'll pop that up. Why not? Copper twine bow, Courtney says. Well, I don't think I have. Oh, I have some of this stuff. This hasn't been around for a while. It's thick, so I always split it. All right, let's pop this up and then maybe we'll just put a bow around or onto the leaves. I'm not going to wrap the twine around the whole card. Let's see. No saggy middles. Use your dimensionals. That's, oh, sorry. I feel like I'm taking so long. And as soon as you try to go quicker, it doesn't work. Okay. I haven't lost anything yet, though, so that's good, right? Okay, now let's see if I can split this. I'm not very good at doing this. I often get it all twisted. Trying to take, there's like at least 3 strands. And then it gets tangled. What's the secret to doing this? Some people make it look so easy. And then there's me. that makes you think, I'm never going to try that. Okay, phew. Which one? This one's the single one, I think. All right, let's use the bow maker. Let's not mess with it tonight. I think I can make those bows. No. So maybe a little bow, or maybe a little bigger bow. I need another dimensional, I think. Let's see. Let's put that across. Let me see if I can I pull that out? Nope. Now I have to get another piece. Don't leave me. Okay. Let's just do it by hand, because then I can play with it a little more. It's kind of crimped from being twisted together with the other strands. I don't know. I don't think it's the right color copper. What do you think? I think I'm going to leave it off. Just do this. I don't think I have any more of the boho blend or the boho blue dots. I think I have used those up. I'm using my new bling holder that I made. We might be able to color those to the right color. Let's see. Well, those are kind of coppery. Kind of like those. I might be able to make those more coppery. There is a copper blend. Let's grab that. Of course, I can't find it immediately. Oh, it's a bronze blend. Oh, I have copper clay. Copper clay blends. Let's try that. Here's the dark. What happens? It's a little coppery. Yeah, but that one you can still see the lines through. This one, I think that looks pretty coppery. I can add a little copper blend to it. It kind of gives it a shine, which I like. All right, let's see about those. I think that will work. You need a little more putty. So when you need a little more putty, it's really takes some effort to turn that, and then give it a little time and it will come out. But it does take a little bit of patience. And once it gets started coming out, it will keep coming out until you release some of that pressure. I've got a little bit there now, and I have to release it. Okay. Whoops. I got that one upside down. I'm just going to put a couple of these on. Oh, wow. I shot two of them someplace. Here's one. I'm going to get a big one. There we go. And I think we did it. Happy birthday. And then on the inside, we'll put that with just a little bit of a hint of the stenciling on it. Whoa, look at the embossing powder on the back of that. That is one thing with embossing. You will have little grains of embossing powder everywhere. So there's the happy birthday in the boho blue and the copper. I think that color combination might be my favorite one. Here's the pretty peacock and the gold. Trying to make some room to put these here. And then we have the Summer Splash, Balmy Blue, Pretty Peacock group. And then this one is Bubble Bath, Soft Sea Foam, and Lemon Lolly. And that's for the Global Design Project Challenge, but I ended up making a different card that you'll see tomorrow that I've posted in there. So which one is your favorite? That one's kind of hard to see the flowers, and there's that pretty new ribbon. What's your favorite one? All right, let me switch this back. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and for watching with me. I hope that you will try some masks. I hope you'll pick up a bundle that comes with masks, Thankful Garden, or the Layered Beauty, or these Linked Together masks. There is a stamp set and other dies that go with it. Carol, you like the butterfly. Deb likes the boho blue. I did not get the stamps or the other dies that go with these masks, but I do like playing with the masks and making backgrounds. So I got that one. So have a great rest of your Thursday night. If you make a card with a background or some embossing like this, I'd love to see it. Please join our Chat and Crafts Creations page on Facebook so you can post pictures, and you have a chance to win a prize on that page because I have a challenge every month. We have just a couple more days for a card that has something to do with weather, some element that has to do with weather on it. So that's it for tonight. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.